Hello again, chat. Welcome back. It feels a bit weird to be saying that. Hi, we're live again. We are playing Phoenix Wright Aceattorneytrilogy. We're going to be getting started on case 3-4. Oh yeah, hang on. It's sorry, I've just been told I've got something wrong in one of my chats, which is actually kind of correct. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we are getting started. Hey, Hades, welcome. We're getting started on case 3-4. 3-4 is one today, yeah. 3-4. It's in the stream title. It's AA tonight. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's not Friday. Oh, hang on. Did I put it on my schedule? I'm sure I did. Because I'm over at Andy's on Friday, so I had to move it to tonight. Yeah. It's Ace Attorney tonight. Yeah, we're doing 3-4. So 3-4 is a fun time signature. It is, because 3-4 is the jazz time signature. You may know it as the waltz time signature. It is also the time signature of... Oh, hang on. That was for... I did the achievement. A lot of things will start to make sense. Okay. Do I have a save which is actually like... No, we don't. Oh, Turnabout Beginnings. There it is. Part 1-1 Trial. Wait, we going... The signature of March is kind of... Yeah, it's like the waltz. It's like... Do I have some drumsticks here? I do! Hey, wouldn't you know it? Ah, there we go. Yeah, so the waltz time signature is kind of like... Like that, you hear? That's your sort of 3-4. You quite often find it in jazz numbers. You must warn you at the end of the case is hard emotionally. We'll see about that. It looks like we've been thrust straight into a trial. Which is... Oh, ow. Almost yanked my headphones out there. Kind of weird, but we'll see how we go. Right, okay. The girl. Let her go. There's a bridge. Interesting. Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Who's that? Huh. You have no idea how to differentiate time signatures, so it's actually really easy. Oh, it's Phoenix. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. This case. Hi, Cyber. Welcome. Name, Terry Falls. Charge, kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty. Oh, blimey. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Hawthorne? Hold on. Isn't that... Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Okay, February the 16th. So just to go on to time signatures very quickly. Ow! Thank you, Ara. Ah! Okay, so with time signatures, right? The way that... When we say the 4 refers to the number of notes, kind of. So, let me just put a couple of numbers in chat. So we've got 3-4, right? And let's go with 7-8, okay? So, basically, the second number is the measure of the note. So a 3-4 is there are 3 crotchets within the measure. So a crotchet is a fourth note. So it's 3 fourth notes. 7-8 is there are 7 quavers in the bar. So it's generally, if an over 8 is a quicker time signature, it will normally be kind of like, it will feel allegro. But like if it's 3/4, there are 3 crotchets in the bar. The bar is crotchets. There are 3 of them per bar, so it'd be like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Would like if it was 3/8, it would be like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, kind of like that. 3/4 you can sometimes confuse with 6/4 or 6/8. 6/8 is like very, very common in rock music. It's probably the most common time signature after 4/4 as well. I quite enjoy playing with time signatures. They are very fun. I'm getting bonked for this. I've already been bonked for this. Come on, I'm just a little guy, Ara. Anyway. Oh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Oh! He looks kind of scared. He looks kind of sad like a puppy dog. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. What voice do we give him? I didn't do none. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. He's fucking scary. Oh, I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Why is he eating his ball? I'm really, really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. Hey, Olin, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we've actually just started this time, so you're in good. You've come at a good point now. So sorry about earlier. It's very unusual for me to be live in the early afternoon. I'm off work at the minute for annual leave because of Christmas, and I can kind of get away with streaming because of that during the daytime. Like if my wife's not in and I've got free time, then yeah, like tomorrow afternoon, maybe even Friday afternoon, I will probably be streaming again. It just depends on like a couple of factors, but yeah. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. Dang it, Bobby. Peggy, fix the boy. Do you think Peggy can fix this boy? He already has a noose around his neck. Yeah. Yeah. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. I mean, he's eating a ball. So, you know. Isn't that what Godot says? Wait a fucking minute. Hang on, is this past Godot? He's got the same hair. The hairstyle is the same, it's just like a different colour. Wait. 3-1. A lawyer got poisoned in the basement by Dahlia Hawthorne. By coffee. Was it him? Was it Godot who was the one who was poisoned by Dahlia Hawthorne? Oh, boy. Okay. Have I just accidentally, like, stumbled onto something I wasn't meant to... Is it meant to be obvious? Is it meant to be obvious? He is kind of hot. He is kind of... You know, he is a bit dishy, isn't he? You know. I wouldn't mind him sort of, like, doing the cabadon on me. It's meant to be obvious by this point. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's meant to be obvious and I'm not kind of, like, overcooking it to the point I've spoiled myself, that's fine. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was out doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Ah, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No, no, no. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. An escaped death row convict for a first client. Oh, I see. Okay, it's literally in his name. Understood. Understood. Hi, Tim. So, yeah, I mean, I went from Terraria to Ace Attorney in the same day. This was the planned stream. Terraria was just kind of like, I've got some time free. Fuck it, we ball, you know. Well, this guy's literally fuck it, we ball. He's got a ball in his hand. But yeah, I was planning to stream Ace Attorney. This was my planned stream. Terraria was just like, I've got some time, let's throw something on. So yeah, hopefully that clarifies a little bit. Yeah, thanks. I wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kid. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. I do have a bit of a theory now. So, Godot hates... Hello there, Belle Delphine's Bathwater 40. I wasn't expecting... I wasn't expecting bathwater in the chat, but... Well, hi, welcome. I'm glad to see you. This involves someone I might not expect. Well, it's going to be Edgeworth, isn't it? Because Edgeworth is, like, the character on the front page of the case. But yeah, I got a theory, right? If Diego Armando was the finest lawyer at Grossberg, he's kind of like me as mentor. Does Godot hate Phoenix because Godot is... It felt like he was testing us in the last case. It felt like he was testing us in the last case in the sense that he was like... He wasn't being antagonistic because of hatred. It was like, I am your opponent. You have to prove yourself to me because you are the protege of my protege. You have a question. I have lawyer in my categories. Am I an actual lawyer? Yes, I'm afraid so. Every instance of every breathing waking day whilst I'm at work is just suffering. There is nothing but sadness in my life. Sadness and coffee. So... I mean, if that doesn't prove it, I'm not sure what does, I'm afraid. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Crunch go the knuckles, crunch goes the neck. Right. Technically, Grossberg is more me as mentor than Diego. I suppose so, but I mean, Grossberg... All we've heard from Grossberg so far is incompetence and hemorrhoids. You know. Oh, I say, my itchy little butt goblins are scratching again. No, it's him. Court is now in session for the trial of Tory Falsey. The defence is ready, Your Honour. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honour. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers, eh? I'm not very good at Canadian accents, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one. Yes, Your Honour, I'm Mia Fay. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honour. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? Mia holds him in high esteem. Ah, okay. Welcome aboard the Blue Fleet, Belle Delphine's Bathwater 40. Good to have you on board. As you can probably see, chat, in the bottom right of the stream screen, I've got a follower goal at the minute. So when I hit 300 follows on Twitch, I'm going to do 3 pots of Bulldog spicy noodles. You may know these noodles. I said to the Terraria chat earlier, these are the noodles that Harchima tried to eat on stream and that made her throw up. So, yeah. I'm a bit nervous about that, to be honest. They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. He's sounding more Irish than he is Canadian. How do you sound Canadian? Do you just be polite? At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? You want 8 hot-ass noodles, your ass burnt so much when you had to take a shit. Yeah, that's the danger, isn't it? That's the danger. Like, I did a hot sauce stream early in my streaming career, and it was, here's 10 hot sauces, let's take a teaspoon of each, and then I will rate them as we go, and like, here's my thoughts on the flavour. And then chat at the end said, why don't you mix them all together and make one super sauce? And I did that. I went to pick my wife up from work, and I had to stop in the car halfway down a main road. And I almost threw up. Like, I genuinely almost threw up. And when I got home, holy shit, the next morning was so bad. The next morning was so bad. It was like Mount Vesuvius, just erupting lava. Like, there were nearby Romans who just got fucking calcified in an instant. They didn't even get a chance to do hilarious poses. Ow! Ow! Why? Come on, mate. You can't lose. Not someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, eh? Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct, eh? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kid. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement, eh? Yes, Your Honour. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Harry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime, eh? I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Mia and Diego are implied to be in a relationship. Ah, okay. Okay. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. That finger point. I know that fucking finger point. You still ship Mia and Lana. Yeah. 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 I mean, myself, I see it. I see that ship, and it's like, actually, you know what? That ship makes me feel like kind of happy. Because like you can imagine the bands. You can absolutely imagine the bands. That's one of Manfred von Karma's poses. Yeah, it's the I remember, you know, he's like tut tut tut, wig 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 wig. A witness's testimony. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Was it hard to become a lawyer? I mean, kind of ish. It's not as difficult as people make it out to be, put it that way. There's enough idiots in my profession that, like, it can't be that hard. You know, it cannot be that hard considering how many stupid people work in the legal sector. So, yeah, you didn't hear that from me, though, alright? For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Most bodies have fallen and never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be. Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, I see, eh? The man who sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. He doesn't feel like he should be Canadian. The thing is, look at this. I'll tell you why he shouldn't be Canadian. Look. There's skin and bone there. There's skin and bone there. If he was Canadian, there would just be a line there, and his head would be like, you know, flapping about, like, bah, 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 bah. You know, that's kind of the extent of my knowledge on Canadians. It's all South Park. If I said I'm sorry, would you believe me? Ow! Understood. Understood. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Objection!
For someone who moderates a server with a Canadian, my idea of Canadians is peculiar. Look, the only thing I know about Canadians, right, is poutine, or poop routine, Sabian symbols, and some of them speak French and can't spell. Like, how the fuck does Quebec Suisse become Quebecois? It fucking doesn't. Shut up, Canada. Shut up. Alright? All of Canada, just be quiet right now. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honour. Ugh. Watch yourself, Miss Fay. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice, eh? Oh, he's doing the thing. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. You then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. He's definitely sounding more Irish than Canadian right now, but I can't... Hang on. Hold on a minute. I'm getting some help. Okay. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. It's Gumfuck! Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge at case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, man, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart is aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Oh, did he just get a salary threat there and then? Good grief. Okay, I got it. Like Northern Americans. That doesn't help me at all. New detective, tell us about the incident, eh? Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report, eh? Sorry, the court would like to hear maple syrup more details about the incident itself, eh? I'm struggling here, chat. The saplings are not helping. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at the aerial map from here. Given Gumshoe's salary, even odds that it's the same coat we see him, it's just not worn down with age. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and defendant met here on top of the bridge. After stabbing him in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint which was trying to make his getaway, sir. How was he able to drive? I see, eh? Was the victim's blood found on the bridge, eh? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no trace of blood was found on bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was new blood on the bridge, then you have new proof that they even met there. Your Honour. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I was some hoser, eh? Detective, proceed with your testimony. Please don't clip this Canadian voice and send it to Ak. I will cry and piss and shit if he calls me up in mod chat for this. Because technically he outranks me. And he could probably pull me up on doing a shit Canadian impression. I would be very upset if I see anything of that sort, alright? I have a VOD. Oh, shit. Oh, no worries, Hades. Cheers for swinging by again. I mean, we'll probably be going for a little while longer, so if you're about, then, yeah, you know, feel free to swing by again. But good to see you, and enjoy the rest of your night if I don't see you before next stream, alright? We're playing EBF 5 tomorrow as well, just in case you're about for that, so 6 o'clock UK time, you know, the normal. We don't even need to cook, so there's a VOD. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kid. One little mistake and this guy'll drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Okay. Okay. Summary of the incident. On date's incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge in the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint which set up at the base at Mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge, eh? Naturally. Dunk. Now, would the defence please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination, eh? Yes, Your Honour. Cross-examination, coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're going to make me spill my coffee. You prefer Reggie, yeah. I'm not trembling, it's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold... the courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner here. Ah, you got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got, kitten. Yeah, I prefer Reggie as well, to be honest. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember these court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Alright. Right. Okay. Let's get stuck in. I'm surprised that the game's just thrown us into a day one trial on this case. How long is 3-4 compared to like 3-3? Just an example. That sounded like an "I went there as well, Mia" laugh. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Arthur was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her, eh? Sergeant Arthur was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call, Mr. Falls. A note? Ah, a top secret memo she left in her desk. Okay. According to this note, it seems the one who called her through the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. This case should be relatively short. 2 trial parts, no investigation, more of an intro for the next one. Okay. So I guess the next case is going to be like... I mean, the next case is the last one in the original trilogy. So I guess the next one is going to be like massive. Like this is going to be like... Dare I say it, the big one? Okay. I really hope that like... I really hope 3-5 sticks the landing. Because if it does, right, I'm not saying I expect it to be bad. Quite the contrary. I hope 3-5 actually reaches my expectation because, like, if the series ends on a massive high note, it will really make me feel, happy. If it doesn't stick the landing, like something, like when you get an anime that doesn't stick the landing despite being really good throughout, generally, that's like one of the worst feelings. So I have faith so far. I have faith that they can deliver. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Can we have a look at it? 1-5 is longer because, oh my god. I didn't think 1-5 was too bad overall. Falls 4:30 PM at that bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. So why is Dahlia involved again? I mean, I know she's a Hawthorne, but... It wasn't bad, but it was long as heck. At the minute, 1-5 is my top pick for the overall series. Like, my case order at the minute is 1-5, then 3-3, and after that, it's kind of ambiguous. Like, once I've done the entire series, the entire original trilogy, I'm actually going to do a stream where I tier list the OG trilogy cases. So I can imagine there's going to be some salt coming out of you guys for that, but, we'll see. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect it to be so sneaky. Okay. Get pressed. A bridge up in the mountains, but why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant. That's why. What do you mean by that, eh? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. Hold on. How old's this guy? 25. He's only 25? What? That's a mugshot if ever I saw one. He's only 25, yeah! And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ah, returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Ah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say don't move. We've got you surrounded. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Ah, if that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in mountains, man. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car, eh? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves, eh? Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a Falls that stolen cars drunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Ooh, that doesn't look too comfortable, eh? Okay. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Ah. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. She's dead, comfort isn't an issue. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information, eh? Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? You don't see anything strange. Let's have a look. I mean, the lock's broken, but the lock being broken, if it's a stolen car, the lock being broken could make sense. It depends. The thing is, he's stolen the car from a young couple at a red light, so you would assume he has the key. You assume he has the key, so why is the trunk broken open? You know. Why is the trunk busted? I think that's kind of that is kind of weird. The only other thing I can say is that if he doesn't know how to operate a car properly, but then he's driven it. If he's driven it, he obviously knows how to drive, and you can't sort of expect someone to not know how to operate the trunk of a car if they know how to actually drive the bloody thing. Get pressed. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, man. I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing? I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we knew he stole a car, eh? It's just what he always says, Your Honour. And then he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested, eh? Precisely. Okay. That certainly is some impressive police work. Ah, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 PM. We figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. That's the autopsy report? Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 PM. Okay. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 PM. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kid. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not. Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. Okay, so let's go over what we know then, chat. Let's go over what we know. So, an unknown person has phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne Went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time, met with Mr. Falls. That's where she's murdered. The criminal stuffed her body into the car trunk, trying to make a getaway. Here's a photo of the trunk. I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. Sorry, had to toot. Mr. Falls arrested at a police check which sets him at the base of the mountain. This seems to be the one that the game is leading me towards. I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. And the trunk of the car is broken. Like, it's actually that's been, like, hammered out. Someone's got a hammer and actually busted the lock on that thing. Stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5. Bridge located 40 foot above Eagle River. That's the car. That's where they were. Okay. So that's where they were. I'd guess. Okay. Confidential police materials written by the victim. 4:30 PM, that bridge, wear white scarf. Hold on. Wait, where's the scarf? Where's the scarf? Yeah, I'm gonna try and play the confidentials, because I'm pretty sure that the scarf being missing is what's important here. Wear scarf for identification. She's not been the person who he's called out there, is he? Talk to Dahlia. Right. Let's try this.
Addiction!
Witness! What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Fay? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Oh, should have practiced before coming to court, Honestly, Miss Fay, I'm not sure I like this, Huh. Say there, little kid. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Oh, come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Hold on. We can't see how old she is, right? Is she like 21 right now? Detective! Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where's the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. You know something I've noticed about aceattorney? And I'm going to get something thrown at my head for this, I have no doubt of it, but they sure know how to make corpses have hot legs, don't they? Okay. Carrying on. Ah! The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I expect she did just that, Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this, I see the defence is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching for so desperately, is it this one, perchance? Ah. Where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Wow, why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence, Okay. Now, if the attorney for the defence has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fay? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising, I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kid. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Okay. What you got for me, Gunfuck? Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing scarves, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Okay. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha! A potential witness? So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honour. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now, eh? Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again, that's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Okay. What do you got for me now, Gumshoe? Okay. So there's an eyewitness. Get pressed. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student? That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, man. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defence, I have the right to cross-examine her. Objection! For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all. What's that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Why was that the female? Please tell us more about the more decisive evidence in question, eh? I guess they're trying to, make it so, oh, you know, she's a girl, she's delicate and all that. I mean, I remember you and Hades did say this game is from a bygone era in terms of the translation, and some parts are a little bit stuck in the past, is my understanding. The victim was wearing a scarf in that photo, right? So about the witness who took this photo, what was this person doing all the way up in the mountains? She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that lived there. Spirits, eh? Now you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a goose? I don't believe it. No, Your Honour, no, I don't think it's a ghost. Okay, so hang on. The person in question is taking pictures of flowers. They're extremely delicate. It's Dahlia, isn't it? Because, go back to this. Talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia's involved. I think Dahlia is the one who's taken this photograph, it's a hunch. I haven't got very much to go on, but I've got a hunch. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a lot of rain coming down, the whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area is quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on bridge. It was really something. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Ah, save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, which way you smell your coffee? The court record, huh? See, if he's pushed her down from behind, how can he have done that if he's in front of her? She would have had to turn and try and walk away, but there's a problem. Because the bridge is out. She wouldn't have been able to go over that way. Because the bridge is gone. There's so many slats missing that you wouldn't get over there. Okay. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about Scarf, but from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, man. The area was wet from rain, the bridge was probably wet too, which explained why the scarf was covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. So the little kid believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Okay. I think we play the photograph because the photo kind of proves it as far as I'm concerned. Canadian judge is too buff to be Acheronta. Oh my god. Bro just got brutalized. Alright, let's play the photo. It's not the photo. It's actually not the photo. Okay, that's interesting. The victim the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. I mean, the thing is, wrong photo. We've only got the two, and I don't think it can be this one. Oh wait, hang on. Are we saying because her front is like not covered in mud? Is that the angle that we're going for? Because I was going from the angle I'm approaching from is they're facing each other, therefore he'd have to get behind her, or she'd have to turn around. She can't cross the bridge backwards from where she is because there's bits missing, right? So hold on. I'm not quite sure what the game's wanting me to do here, because I was pretty certain that the photograph of them facing each other here, to my view, would persuade a judge. In like, he can't get behind her and use the area map to say, well, this is why. I'll try the other photo, sure. I don't think it is, but okay. So at the time of the crime, there's a light drizzle coming down, correct? Ah, and a fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. I'm kind of confused as to why the game went for this photo and not the other one. Well, by all means, please enlighten us to what isn't right. What about this photo of the trunk is... I didn't get to see all the... It doesn't match the conditions that day. The front, isn't it? Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on the stomach on top of the bridge, Then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Ugh! That's exactly right. The other day I found my muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was fooled. What? Objection! I do admit the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honour had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the League League, would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I've yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Well, yeah, because there's a photo of the rain. A real man wouldn't stand for a time like this. I mean, I'll save anyway because the game's already kind of side guessed me. Oh, hang on, what's this? I have a better proof than that, do I? Is it the scarf? Oh, yeah, the scarf then. Alright. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Yeah, we'll play it. The evidence is this scarf. Ah! It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Edgeworth, what the fuck, man? Dude! Hey, same to you, buddy. That was a knobbish thing to say, Edgeworth. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me, eh? Objection! I do admit there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright, it's not like you've really given me a choice here. Ah, you're doing pretty well, for a little kid. Mr. Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence, it's one of those three. Okay. What you said just now, eh? I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honour. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you knew, eh? Blame it on him, Your Honour. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yeah. The false evidence in this case is the... Okay. We don't have a bar. But let's think it through, shall we? The body in the trunk. I mean, let's have a look. It's her. The body in the trunk is definitely her. Okay? A small gift for the darkness itself. The witness's photo. I mean, I think the witness's photo looks about right, myself. I think it must be the testimony then. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective points out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Ah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true, eh? Ah, it's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wander over there would have told him in the first place. Your Honour, the defence requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. What's that? Hold on just a sec, chap. Give me a minute. Oh, sorry, guys. Thought I heard something. Ooh, my headphones are stuck. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all, eh? You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honour, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honour. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Oh, you fucker. You fucker. It is her. Everyone is so silent, I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Ooh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes. What the fuck is a double-double? Hold on. What the fuck is a double-double? I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a beat, eh? Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You're a true gentleman, eh? Miss Fay, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure does not like one to me. Fun fact, bite, the way I pronounced it, means dick in French. What, beat? Or how do I pronounce it? Beat? I don't remember how I pronounced it specifically. Oh, okay. Now, what was her voice again? Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just want to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all, eh? It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? Hold on, I'm getting an explanation. I'm getting an explanation as to what a double-double is, chat. My name is, Melissa Foster. No, it fucking isn't. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? Oh, how can you be so mean? Now, see here. What are you doing shoving that in her face like that, eh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalise you, eh? Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. He's an even bigger simp than Udgy. That's impressive. I see. So you are... Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honour. I'll do my best. This should be good. Okay. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. Hold on, but she said that they started fighting and then she's taken the photo, but they're not fighting in the photo. By the way, where are you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Ho ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner, eh? Okay. Small but powerful model. Alright then, Miss Faye. Time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Wait, have we got... Will we get... Hang on, are we going to get penalised if we make a wrong choice here, Ara? Because I don't like it when this sort of stuff happens. Like, we need to work out if that's the case. If she's got like a motic, we need to work out where she'll cry at. I think I can see the contradiction already, but you don't think I'll get penalised? Okay. Okay. I quoted the entire sentence, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know just how you feel, eh? It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Okay. Was there anything strange about the two of them? Hi, I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looks like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it, eh? Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place, eh? Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to keep watching them. Especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Okay. Do you have any idea what they're fighting about? No, I have no idea. Who would you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. Uh-oh, she's crying. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Oh. Okay, we didn't get gavelled, though. Why did you take a photo? Well, the two of them are really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even new. I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams, eh? I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on, eh? So you wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it had any bearing on this. All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to police. You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape. We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we already started our operation. Gotta go. No worries, Ara. I will see you soon. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Dinner time, I suppose. Enjoy. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kid. That girl is the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia. See, I think it's the photo of the people looking at her. She has said the chronology doesn't match. Suddenly they started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. But the photo, they are not fighting. They're just looking at each other. They're just looking at each other. I think it's this. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, and we're going to see if this works. I'm not confident it's going to work, though. Because we know that Dahlia is slippery as fuck.
Objection!
Oh, okay. Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh! My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I am sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran on to film me? This photo was the last one. Double stream? Yes. Yep, double stream today. My poor voice, right? No, we're doing fine at the minute. We're doing fine at the minute. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos of the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive of Durrell. Wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different source of photo. Yep, young edgy boy and a Canadian judge. It's Judge Caranta. It's Judge Caranta. Photos of the incident you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination, eh? Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed, eh? Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy's really a sucker for sweet talk. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take pictures of wild flowers. Oh wait, no, we've already gone through this, haven't we? This is the same. So actually, we've kind of established that it's this. Hang on, this is the same testimony. We have to find another problem with it. How's a timer function? The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. She can't have done that. Yeah, we got young Goddo as well. See, they're stood here. The killer is there. The victim is there, right? Because if she's there, the killer is there. The victim is here. 5 yards. She can't have gone that way because the bridge is out. It's in yards, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, she can't have done because the bridge is out. I think we play the map of Dusky Bridge here. Let's give it a try, shall we?
Objection!
Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry, eh? Flick. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say they were 2 contradictions. It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to their testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and if the victim had turned around and tried to run, well, then she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even run 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. What does all this mean, eh? It's very simple, Your Honour. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady's been lying to the court, eh?
Objection!
Just a moment, Your Honour. Mr. Edgeworth? Your Honour, allow me to personally apologise for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to, eh? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying? I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous. You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologise to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Ah, that guy's good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Fee, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation, eh? I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all, eh? Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed, eh? All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony, eh? But it's so hard to go on. We're on your side, Miss Foster, eh? There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Okay. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Excuse me. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult, eh? Yes, I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favourite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Ah, that's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Fay, you cross-examination if you please, eh? The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mayor. Go on the attack. I think I see the problem already, because how she says he's got no way of keeping the body hidden, but the trunk is broken. The trunk will not close. There's no lock on it. Look, the trunk cannot close because there's no locking mechanism. So if you push that down, it will just spring straight back up, and people are like, "Wow, there's a dead body in there." Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall. Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
Objection!
If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady. Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. We're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that?
Hold it!
You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this scarf, eh? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. The defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that?
Objection!
Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Oh, why do you get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Fay, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us, eh? This is a strange statement. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why? Why could he not leave the body on top of the bridge? Why'd you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Oh, wait, so she... Hang on. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face, eh? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. How old is she in this? She's 19. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman, eh? Something about this testimony is bothering, but what? Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. I like this guy. Okay. So, he's quickly picked her up in her arms after he stabbed her in the back. How can he have stabbed her in the back? That's still a problem. But I'm kind of thinking, am I overcooking this again? Because he stabbed her in the back. Well, I don't see how he can. How can he have stabbed her in the back? You know, they're facing each other. She could have turned around, but, like, you know, I don't know if she could have gone anywhere. Then he's carried her over to the car. Okay. I suppose that's the only way he can make sure the body stayed hidden. Now, I think there's one of two things here. It's either the photograph of the two of them facing each other where she said, stabbed in the back, or it's the photo of the trunk where she's saying the body stayed hidden. Because, like we said before, the trunk is broken. It will not lock. I'm going to try this one. I'm not confident because I feel like Daly's being slippery here. It's not that one. Okay. It's not that. Okay. So, this one then? No? What? Hang on. Both of those should... If I presented either of those to an actual judge, they would work. So this is another case of my lawyer's actual intuition working against me. He couldn't leave the body on top of the bridge. You're only supposed to talk about what you saw. I'm not sure what the game wants me to do here. It's saying present some evidence, but... I'm not sure, like, beyond those two, I can't see what it's wanting me to present. The photo here? No. Okay, is it random bullshit go time? Cases always go down in my estimation when I have to random bullshit go. But it's not... I don't see how it would want me to present a profile here. I mean, we could try it, I guess. Skip through that. Hang on, I'll reload that, because I don't want to go through all that text again. Oh, no! Fuck's sake! Your Honour, what do you think of the witness's statement? I think I pressed the F key and it was actually the E key. I didn't mean to do that. Come on. Right. Present. Profiles. No? Okay, it's random bullshit go time, chat. I have no idea what the game wants me to do here. So... yeah. I don't get what it's... I don't get what it wants me to do. If there's any of you guys who have any ideas who could help, then I'm all ears, but I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Camera? Nope, it's not the camera. Alright, we're just going to throw shit at her until we find out what works. No, it's not that. Okay. So we've tried these three here. We've tried the crime photo. Want to be told? Give me a clue. Give me some sort of idea, Cyber, because I have no idea what the game's trying to lead me towards. I want to see if a clue to the solution actually makes sense, because I can't work this one out. I don't know what it's trying. I actually do not know what it's trying to get me to go towards here. I've got a nice honey and lemon sip going on there. Where I've streamed twice today, my throat's a little bit gone. She's trying to make a statement on the defendant's motive. What? He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. If that's supposed to be the game saying she's making a statement on motive, there's no way I would have reached that conclusion, like, myself. Because not wanting to leave a body in plain sight where it can be discovered is just, like, really basic. Criminals don't normally want bodies to be discovered, or if they do, they put them in very, very obvious places, and they put them there. She's trying to make a statement on motive. Statement 3. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Well, yeah, but hiding bodies is just, like, basic criminal behaviour. There's not anything... From a criminal perspective, there's not anything strange about this. So, something about... The key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago? Is it that? I hate random bullshit go time. No, it's not that. You might have worded it badly. Yeah, I mean, I still don't understand where I'm going with this. I'm just going to throw random bullshit at her to try and get something to work. Because I can't. Like, this seems like a walkthrough moment, if I'm honest. And I hate walkthrough moments in games like this. I really dislike them. Okay, so it's neither of those. It's not him. Good grief. Yeah, just give me the solution, because this is horse crap. It's not a profile. Just give me the solution, because the map... Is she trying to say, why did he not just push her off of the thing? I would never have come to that conclusion. Like, ever. So... How the game would expect me to reach this conclusion myself? What the fuck? Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like, if people say... Like, anytime, most bodies that go into the river are never found. That's true. That's true. But at the same time, like, the way that this has been... The way that was kind of constructed... My head hurts. My head actually hurts right now. So, I'll be honest, anytime that the game throws random bullshit go at me, I start to get kind of pissed off, if I'm honest. This case is not off to a good start, in my eyes. So, that tier list is probably going to upset a lot of people on the Ace Attorney Reddit. Watch this space. They're already very angry at me for liking 2-3 more than 2-4. A killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Were they really? Yeah, there were so many people who were really upset with me for liking 2-3 more than 2-4. Like, oh my god, what the fuck is this opinion? It's like, because 2-4 was just crap. Like, it wasn't just crap. I mean, it wasn't the worst case, but it was like, it was pretty like C, like low B, high C tier. You know, good story, let down by some of the worst execution I've seen in the trilogy so far. Well, what is it, eh? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. This is something that Capcom, I think, should have done, is actually put a log so that, you know, if they put a log in, so that instead of just a court record which has the evidence and the testimonies and all that, it's like, stuff like this you need to be able to refer back to. You need to be able to refer back to this, so this trilogy would really benefit from a proper log. I heard that the Apollo Justice trilogy kind of rectifies that, so hopefully that will actually kind of resolve this issue for us a little bit, but, you know, we'll see. Just give me 1 second, chat. I just heard something again. I just want to go check this real quick. It could be the wind. It could be the cats. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Hello, Ara. We just had our first random bullshit go moment of this case. So, yeah, buckle up. Order! 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 I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, eh? But I must admit that it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Oh! Well, Mr. Edgeworth. How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true, eh? Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all, eh?
Objection!
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Objection!
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who's he talking about? Alright, I'll do my best. The music's changed. We gotta go on the same testimony again. Oh no. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. That's a new statement. Hold on. This is a new bit of testimony here. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. But the thing is, it's weird for him to do that because he's got a key. He's got a key. He's carjacked the car from a couple who were at a red light. The key was in the ignition. He had a key. He didn't need to break open the trunk.
Hold it!
What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got into the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you called the police? You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. This smells to me. This statement specifically smells kind of like a fart. It smells like kind of like a fart. A photo of the trunk of the car. So he broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. I mean, yeah, the trunk is clearly broken. We flagged that earlier. She's clearly dead. No objection there. But... So, he stabbed her in the back, he's picked her up in his arms, he's carried her over to the car, he's broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. This statement, there's something wrong with it. But after the game, like, didn't allow me to press on points the judge would have taken before, I don't know if what I'm thinking is the right choice anymore. Like... This is the thing, when we start to go into the point where I have to doubt myself, I start to wonder if my logic is actually leading me to the right conclusion. What am I thinking? What I'm thinking is that the trunk of the car is broken, but he's got a key. Why does he break into the trunk of the car when he has a key? Because he has carjacked, he's taken the car from two people who are at a red light. For them to be at a red light, they are driving with the ignition in. So instead of breaking the lock open on the trunk, which means that you can no longer close the boot of that car, he could have just opened it with the key, put the body in, closed it, locked it, and then it's you know, you wouldn't see it. It doesn't make sense to break open the lock of the car on this. Am I overcooking this? Am I overcooking this? That's not the right line of reasoning. Then I've got no idea again. Like, I've already had two points which the game has just said, actually, there's no logical reason for this to be the conclusion, despite the fact that, like, an actual judge would take it. So, what? So we've got this. How can Melissa know that Terry broke into the trunk? Because she's saying she saw it. She's telling us that she saw it. Yeah. Because Edgeworth said, tell everyone only what you saw or we'll yell at you. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. I mean, it's logical to think she's seen him go to the boot of the car. Can she? Do you remember where she said she was? Yeah, she was. Hold on a minute. She's... is it a line... It's line of sight, is it? Okay. I see. Right. See, this is why we need a log. This is why we need a log. Because without a log, stuff like this is, like, really fucking hard to remember. And actually, it detracts from the experience a lot. Like, it's actively a detriment to cases where you need to remember stuff like this. Because if you have a log to refer back to, great. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing, because, like, honestly, in actual law, your written paper trail of evidence is everything. Your written paper trail of conversations is everything. You're completely reliant on a written paper trail. For there not to be one here is such a bad move on Capcom's part. They could have easily added it in. Tut tut tut, Capcom. I'll play the map here then.
Objection!
Okay. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake, eh? Like what, Miss Faye? Eh? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying that you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and? It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claimed to take the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Ah! That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you couldn't have possibly seen the killer's car.
Objection!
I admit the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. This conveniently placed outcropping of rock. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. Uh-oh. Order in the court, eh? What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? What the fuck is ballyhoo? Your Honour, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. Lost patience and pinged him. Yes, I did. I want him to explain Canadians. Just not explain himself. I want him to explain Canadians. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. Hogwash, bollocks, nonsense, much to do about nothing. Okay. Understood. Understood. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Ooh. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Objection! Can't she? Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true, eh? You know what they say. To err is to human, to forgive divine, eh? I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair. Oh my god, he's seen the bang. He's just come online. Save the tears for later, kid. Mr. Armando. Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Hold on a minute. Okay, kid, you need to relax. Then you need to remember. Poor Ack. The other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk? Ah. Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. I don't like this Canadian judge. He's a bit of a dick. Benefit of the dudes. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss V, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? Yes, it doesn't work. Because he's got the key. He's got the key. It's like... Explain Canadians. It's like making a huge noise or something. Apparently, that's what being Canadian is. It's like making a huge noise or something. Okay. Okay. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here.
Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself. Your Honour, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... she put the corpse in herself. She happened to be passing by. Bunch of freaking yahoos. Just for context for the guys in chat who are not aware, I'm a moderator of a Discord server. And one of the admins is Canadian. So I've just been like typing away in the background and saying, can you please explain Canadians to us? Can you just explain Canadians for us, please? There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it, eh? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There's no need to break it open. There you fucking go. There you fucking go. I've been trying to get to that point for fucking half an hour. You want to blame a lot of things on Dana, but you doubt she's strong enough to carry a body. Unless she had him carry it for her. He stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. And I saw half an hour ago. You fucking game. You video game. You piece of consumable entertainment. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. But it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. To even suggest the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how would you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at that time she was taking photographs. She had a timer on the camera. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. Has a timer function. Yeah, we can play that then. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she brought this camera just to take this picture.
Objection!
What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto-timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Oh boy. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defence please explain further?
Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity.
We have to work out where she was. Okay. Let's think this through then. There's two... Hang on a minute. I swear I thought you heard me say she was nutting in the field. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. There's two possibilities, right? Either... Can you bonk Cyber? I mean, if... Ow! That's me! You didn't bonk Cyber, you bonked me! You little shit. Okay, okay. So, there's three possibilities for where she could be. Here... Well, she's not there because there's a cliff. Here, she couldn't have gotten across the bridge. Right? Unless the bridge wasn't broken at the time of the incident and she's come up from behind and stabbed the victim in the back. So she might be over here, actually. She might be over here. Or by the car. I think she's actually over here somewhere. I think she's over there somewhere. Because you can't see me pointing. Oh. You can't? Wait, what? Hold on, let me save that. That was weird. Let me try that again. You can now, but you couldn't. Hold on. Can you see now? Right, okay. So, she's not here. She's either here, which would mean that she couldn't have been, like, behind. I think she's over here. Because how else could someone have gotten stabbed in the back? She's come over here, kicked the slats out. As you know, she stabbed them. As he's carried the corpse back over, she's kicked the bridge through. That's my theory. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? She's over here. She kicked the bridge through. She doubts she can. Well, maybe not, but I think she must be over here or here. Like, where do I play it, chat? Where do I play it? Do I play on this side or do I play it here? Because here, on the other side of the victim, she's not there, so she might be like here. Would that make sense? Do I play it there? Do I play it there, chat? Am I overthinking this? I'm second guessing myself again, chat. I'm second guessing myself again. You're overthinking, so in that case, where would you say? Because the victim's been stabbed in the back. Falls is in front of her. He can't have stabbed her in the back. Someone has stabbed her in the back. So someone has to be on this side of the river. She's out of shot. The photo's like there. So she has to be like back here somewhere. Or she's at the car. But like the victim cannot have been stabbed in the back unless she's over there. She's either there or she might be at the car. What do you guys think? Any theories? Why is the body clean? Why did she take a picture of the truck timer? Why did she put the body in the trunk? Is she there? Under. Naturally, the witness was standing right here. Not that one. You led me to think she's the killer, and then it turns out no, actually I didn't mean she's the killer. How could you, Ara? I'm hurt. Right, in the car then? Yes, she is, but not this killer. Well, in that case, she has to be over here somewhere. Because I don't see how he can have killed... In the car? Already in the car? The K is not the killer, it's your client. Yeah, but our client is supposed to be the one who is labelled as the killer right now. Hold on. There's absolutely nothing... The question is, who is the victim? Is V really Valerie? I mean, yes, because we've seen the picture of the body in the trunk. So, there's absolutely nothing at this point which would lead me to think that she's there. There's no indication that I've had so far that it is her there. Like, there was that thing on the call recording saying... Oh, the note saying, you know, speak to Dahlia about, you know, what's really happened. But there's absolutely nothing that would lead me to that conclusion, like, at all so far. I'll play it and I'll see what happens, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. What the fuck is this case? Oh dear. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing, eh? Let me have a sip of my drink. How? Basically, the body was clean means the picture doesn't show anything valuable. Okay. If that's what the game wants me to go with, I'll just roll with it. Alright, whatever. Anything that happened to show in the picture of the body would be dirty. Well, yeah. Yeah, that is certainly a given, but at the same time, They don't look anything alike. These two do not look similar in the slightest, right? They don't look even slightly similar. If we have a look at this, this is definitely the victim. Time for an updated autopsy report. I tell you what, I'm going to give Capcom an updated autopsy report right up their ass. Actually, no, I'm just going to... Do you know what my updated autopsy report is going to say? All my updated autopsy report is going to say is put a fucking log into this game. Ironically, I'm pre-cooking. Oh my god. I don't like this case. It's making my head hurt really badly. It's... Order! Miss Fee, what on earth?
Your Honour, if I may, after parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. Oh, welcome, by the way, Zactan. Welcome to a lawyer gets steadily more and more cross with a game that tries to emulate his day job. Asinine, yeah. It's asinine. It's like, kind of like, thing like Arcanine. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
It's the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
Lawyer gets cross during the examination. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I'll give you that one. I will give you that one because that was pretty fucking good.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What?
I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life.
Didn't we have something more ridiculous in the last case? Like a fake sort of murder setup, or...
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
You remember having trouble with this case, not this part in particular. Honestly, the points that the case has expected, the conclusions it's expected me to come to, are completely different to the conclusions that I, as a lawyer, have actually come to. And that's where I get annoyed at this game, is when it expects me to come to conclusions that are not sensible for a lawyer to arrive at. Right, that's when I get annoyed with these games. So that's the point. Actually, the last case, actually from a lawyer standpoint, almost made perfect sense. Plus, Brain Chan is, a top tier waifu. That's kind of icing on the cake, though. What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster.
The game that's aimed at 12-year-olds. Really? It was? Okay, I would have put it at like a late teen audience, but okay, fair enough.
Let's remember it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed the one in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
Ah, okay.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the one whose testimony helped him get convicted. But since then, my client spent 5 hard years in the federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You are just making this up as you go along.
Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open.
This'll make my save blow wide open.
At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like.
Wear white scarf for ID. It's not going to be this, is it?
Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why you needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster?
Oh, it actually, I'm surprised it was that,
No!
The scarf directly would have worked as well. Oh, okay, fair enough. See, that's where things get confusing for me, is when the game wants me to be hyper-specific on things that are not intuitive. And then it throws something completely intuitive at me, and it's like, because everything else has been non-intuitive, my brain goes into, like, tangent mode. And it's like, I can't get my brain out of tangent mode very easily and onto obvious stuff. Because it's working like, well, if we're working on tangents here, it can't be the most straightforward answer. Occam's razor does not apply anymore. It really kind of fucks with my head when Occam's razor does and doesn't apply in the same span of time, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby to get herself some snacks. Faded from existence. It's funny when I go, there's no way this makes sense, because exactly why it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I am someone who I like things to be I like logic, but I don't like logic, but like if things are not neatly ordered in my brain, then my brain kind of like, there's two modes to my brain because of the brain injury. There's logic mode, and then there is non-logic mode, and the two conflict with each other quite severely. So if my brain is in logic mode, then if my brain is in logic mode, then it's really hard to pick up on things that are not strictly logical. If it's in non-logic mode, then logical things become kind of like, I think it can't be that, because we're not in logic mode anymore. So that there is a conflict that goes on in my brain when stuff like that happens. But it's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why'd she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again, eh? Until then, this court is in recess, eh? The defence and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies, eh? A story should have a certain level of coherence, yes. And, you know, like, the most coherent way to tell a story is with cardboard badges, a really bad spray tan, and then a brain injury. That's my opinion anyway. Yes, Your Honour. Understood. Very well, eh? This court is in recess, eh? So, as I understand it, we've just got 2 trial segments in this case, so fuck it, let's just bowl through this one in one stream. We've never done that before, like, not since, like, 1-1 or 2-1. Or even 3-1, I suppose. We've never done a late game case in one sitting. Terry, fuck it, we balls. I'm sorry. Mr. Fall's like, oh! I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks, we're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? The situation will present itself again in Spirit of Justice, except it's a complete failure in Spirit of Justice. You can't be telling me that it was worse than that. Come on. Come on. No, don't. Motive, huh? What? I couldn't click that! Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information? Right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. In SOJ, it works as a comic relief. Oh my god. And one more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I'd never lie. Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Ah, sorry buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. Yeah, true, I did. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. That little shit.
Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne, Valor's little sister.
What? Are you serious?
The girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, you're not going to get the chance.
Pew!
Wait.
The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it.
Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betrayed me. Betray us.
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend. My love. My teenage. 5 years ago. Death! Kill him! Death! 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 Electric chair! Death! No, we're not saying Japan. She was 14. She was 14. Death. He gets death. You are Ben Woodman. I no longer fight for you. Death!
Ah, did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I'd do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too.
Valerie was in on it?
The age of consent in Japan is 13. Oh, dearie me. Moving swiftly onwards. Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him to meet the exchange on Dusky Bridge. We're telling Valerie to make transfer because she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the $2 million 3 ways.
Yeah, but that woman... Older prefects have higher localized minimum age, so the 13-year bit never applies. I can't comment on Japanese law, I don't know it. So, yeah. That woman, Valerie, she'd do it for real. She shoot at me for real, me and Dahlia. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she'd jump in river. So they were in it together.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decide to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
Oh dear. Oh dear. This case is getting messy, chat. These 5 years, all I wonder is why? 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 Why did she lie? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yeah, but I forget what she looked like. So I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why'd you betray me? I just want to hear an answer come from her mouth, that's all.
So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond.
I know where the $2 million diamond is.
The $2 million diamond is on the finger of one Blue Catme, and we shall speak no more of him in this chat. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Not really. I don't know. It's gone. Dahlia was behind 3-2. Is Dahlia why I hated 3-2? Fuck you, Dahlia, you asshole. With Dahlia. That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone, with Dahlia, gone forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
Come back in now, we're about ready to go.
Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her. My sweet Dahlia.
You never found her?
Swallowed by a river. Gone. Dahlia, my teen angel.
Your teen angel? How old was she anyway?
Just 14.
14? I guess we were robbing cradles before diamonds.
Oh, hang on, chat. I've got just the thing for this. I knew there was a reason I kept this in. Alright, chat. I knew that there was a reason that... Oh, is it stuck? It's stuck. Huh, interesting. Is that... Oh, that's why it was cycling. Okay. So there's a reason I kept this thing in this room for just this moment, apparently. So, you hear this? Yeah. That's what's going to happen, Terry Falls. That's what's going to happen. You understand? Whew. I've been rumbled instantly.
She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man. Angels these days.
Poor Terry.
Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a Deborah? It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron's hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it.
Okay. Wait, we're not even getting a ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Must have had a good diving technique. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, to dive from 40 feet up, you have to have a decent technique, otherwise it's going to hurt at the very least. Whew, okay. Right. Now then. Oh, wrong. That's the wrong judge. No then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls, eh? Witness, are you feeling better, eh?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady, eh?
Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try and pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? The diamond? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer, eh?
The motive, huh?
I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence or motive?
Yes, of course. I think.
You're still acting as tame as a kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted nuts is the mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Of course. Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know it's not true.
That's where Mia gets that particular catchphrase he passes down to Phoenix. Yeah. It's actually very good advice professionally as well. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady, eh? It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. Okay.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I'd never been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defender's a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet. Somehow I have to tie to this case.
Alright. Let's see if this section of the trial makes a bit more sense than the last one. Okay.
So, what country were we living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed.
It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone.
I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification.
What kind of sub-story is this? What do I do? Suppress the details? Yes.
Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in?
Objection!
Your Honour, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case.
I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne.
Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you just stated to the official testimony?
Yes, please, Mr. Judge.
He's such a fucking simp. Naturally, okay, we'll press on everything. You didn't know either person. Are you certain of that?
Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people.
Oh well, that can't be helped, eh?
I just agree with everything that comes out of her mouth.
The first time we saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct?
Yes, it really was a coincidence. So, what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors, picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing.
You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. Who isn't she messing with?
But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college?
Objection!
The prosecution objects to any question that involved the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent.
Thank you, she's really gone too far.
Objection, those butterflies are a prop made to make her appear subjectively innocent. They could well be, actually. Miss Faye, wrong judge again. Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here.
Hardly said anything, talk about sensitive. Perhaps, but your behaviour that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's...
Objection!
Unfortunately, Miss Faye, your last statement proves nothing.
Oh, really? And why is that?
The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that at that time an officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake, eh? Ah, that's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair. That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forgive that horrible day.
Hold it!
A grudge. Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harboured such a deep grudge against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges.
He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client, he forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. Let's press harder. Let's press harder on the strings of our martyr. Just give me a second, chat. There we go. Press harder.
You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I'd been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bit Irani.
This is bad. Mr. Falls' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement?
Do we add it or do we leave it? What do you think, guys? Do we add it or do we leave it? Add or leave? Add or leave? Let's save there. We add it. Alright. Also, I'm just checking the achievement list very quickly. Because I think there's only one achievement in this trial. Hold on. Complete turnabout beginnings. And then there's 2 achievements in 5. And there's the step ladders one. Yeah, okay, so it's a short... No, there's even no achievements.
Your Honour, what the witness just said now is tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
There's no penalty, okay. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not what I...
Enough. Witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
But the scarf's not white, the scarf's blue. Am I overcooking that, chat? Am I overcooking it to go straight... Would being mentally unbalanced count as being a judgmental sentence? Yes. Absolutely yes, because you're calling the capacity of the defendant into question. And capacity is actually a huge fucking thing. So, like, looks blue... Yeah, it is blue. That's the thing. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Zactan. It's blue. It's clearly blue. Just to expand on what you said, Ara, I've been dealing with a capacity matter at work recently, and it's been absolutely huge in terms of what I've had to do to fix it. But I'm pretty sure I have done, but, like, capacity in legal proceedings is such a massive thing. You can't overlook it. So, I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Do we present her with the scarf that's blue? We're trying to establish her motive right now.
You knew about that incident, but weren't you out of the country until the year before last? Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history.
So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right?
Yes. I can't let her get away with these lies.
Listen to me, she's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. The thing is, the diamond is the motive. The diamond's the motive. But we haven't established that she is Dahlia. We know it, but we haven't established it. I'm not sure what I should do here, chat. Any pointers? Any pointers? This is the statement I keep coming back to because of the fact there's a blue scarf here. I wasn't wearing a white scarf. I had a great plan with the scarf. I'll try it.
Objection!
This is what I mean when I say that sometimes the Occam's razor should not both apply and not apply in a case, because it fucks my brain up. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wears identification. Ah, you're talking about this scarf right here, eh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing.
I've got it now.
Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
White?
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. No!
Objection!
Well, it was foggy that day, and raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
Objection!
Sorry, not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but
there's only one explanation for this mix-up.
You're nearsighted, but colour's the one thing you can't mistake. Yeah. I feel that. Like, I'm pretty good at colour. Anything that's not colour, well, maybe not so much, but
there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is...
What? I don't understand. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... I was expecting it to give me 3 options to choose from. But... she made the same mistake as before. Photo? Maybe. In her testimony. She has info she's not supposed to have. Are we talking about this one? This photo? No. She has info that she's not supposed to have. This? The note? Oh! The reason she thought the scarf was white is this. Am I onto it, chat? Am I right with this? Is it the victim's note? Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia, this time the whole truth must come out. Witness.
Have you ever seen this note?
She's not Dahlia Hawthorne yet, she's still Melissa. Yeah, but we know that she's Dahlia. You know, we know she's Dahlia.
No, never.
It's top secret evidence, there's no way that you would have a...
I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf?
Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said, and it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf.
Well, Miss Foster?
No!
Also, small tangent, in the French high school exam and the English exam, you had to pinpoint the thing that would make a stamp valuable, and among those things was colour on a grayscale picture. What the fuck? Yeah, I can guarantee you that no one who's actually in England speaking English will give a fuck about that, except for like stamp collectors, and they're nerds. Order, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm waiting for an explanation, eh?
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person, eh?
That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... Dahlia Hawthorne. And that person is... Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before, eh? Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne, eh? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she died 5 years ago. Wrong voice. When she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
Objection!
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Even you couldn't. Miss Faye, you're not saying. Flick. But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Ah, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. What, you're crazy, Mayor? I'd never have guessed. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Now's my chance to save Scum. Witness? Just who are you anyway? I didn't think it had come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Classic mistake to not fudge your age and new identity. Yeah. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself, eh? Your Honour, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defence would pursue the matter this far. You don't? You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all our witnesses. What did he say? Ah, it looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way, but then why... If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's youngest sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. See, now, she, in an actual court of law, she would instantly be inadmissible as a witness because she's perjured the court, and she would probably actually face a contempt of court charge with a prison sentence for it. But, I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see... Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. Omori's OST tier? I've never played Omori. I've never played Omori. Her mere existence ought to render the previous murder charge wrong. Yeah, exactly. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. I guess the thing is, like, if we can prove that she's Dahlia Hawthorne and then prove that Terry didn't do it, he's a free man. We save him. We actually, like, rescue a free man and he gets to go free and live the rest of his life and maybe be happy at last. We have to save this guy. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder.
Objection!
Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister.
You know something I've just realised? In the 5 years between, or the 5 or 6 years between this case and the current day, Edgeworth's face ages horribly. Being a prosecutor has not been kind to this man. Like, he gets a real serious case of horseface going on.
Miss Fay must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic, eh? Miss Fay, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? Eh? Do I? Maybe. What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister, eh? Sounds like a stressful job. Being a lawyer is pain. I don't recommend anyone go into it. Like, unless you're an absolute fucking masochist, then, you know, just don't do it, alright? Take it from one who does it for a job.
Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but you somehow turned it around on me.
Being a lawyer is pain. Oh, for God's sake. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kid. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Oh, is it the diamond?
Oh, that wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
Objection!
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man.
What makes you think they're empty, boy?
Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
You know who else is sweating bullets? Manfred von Karma?
Ah, I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me? The rashness of youth, how charming.
Oh, yes, thank you. Let's hydrate. Can you hear it?
It's coming from someone younger than me.
Do then. Let's not waste any more time. Miss Fay. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? It's the diamond. It's the diamond, isn't it, chap? What motive would she have for murdering her sister? To get to keep the diamond for herself. If Terry goes to prison and gets executed, and then Valerie dies, then Dahlia gets a $2 million gem, and she can have, you know, she can basically keep all the ransom money. Right? Am I onto this, guys? Am I right with this? Have I cooked this correctly? Have I cooked this correctly? Go on, tell me, chat. You can tell your old Uncle Shinsu. Don't. Oh, you're making me doubt myself now, Ara. YouTube says yes. Twitch says eh. She already got away with the diamond. Okay. The key witness in the case against Falls escaped from custody 2 days ago, but he's on death row. Is it because Valerie is the only person who knows who she is? Valerie is the only person who knows who she is. So if Valerie is out of the picture, Dahlia basically gets a fresh start when no one knows who she is, and, you know, she doesn't need to worry about being rumbled for being a dead person. Have I overcooked this one? Have I overcooked it? I kind of feel like it's that. I haven't, I just need to find the correct proof. Okay. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Bridge located above the river. The scarf. Bridge is unchanged for the 5 years. This is the witness's photo. We need to find the correct proof. So we need evidence then, not a profile. Okay. Bridge is unchanged from 5 years ago. Confidential police materials? Talk to Dahlia, tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Is it the police materials? Is it the police materials? Have I cooked it correctly this time? Maybe. When in doubt, use the attorney's badge. It's what Valerie wrote. So it is this then. Has to be. Okay, here we go. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her what he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth, eh? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. You'll admit the diamond stumped you as well, but Cyber said she already got away with it. I suppose so, actually. A terrific story, Miss Fay, if you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Fay. What is the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? My evidence is in the save button? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne in Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh, yeah, I know this secret. This is the diamond, isn't it? Your Honour, the defence would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Ah. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony, eh? I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? That's a ping for Ash. Ack. Hold on a minute. Huh. Sorry guys, thought I heard something again. Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Can we get the chair for him? Yes, we can. Put in the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. 5 years ago. You should call your Canadian friends your little maple leaf. I've just done exactly that. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that she murdered her sister. Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworthy. Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honour. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatised from the kidnapping, eh? I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again. If we're not allowed to fight, let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info. That ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. He's right. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby. I'll do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute, chap. I definitely felt something then. Give me a second. What the fuck was that? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm back. Okay. That was kind of weird. I don't know if it's a blockage in my ear that's making me hear stuff that's not there. I do have exploding head syndrome, so that's a thing. I thought I heard something. I felt like something. It might have been my chair just moving slightly. I felt like something happened. Might just have been the wind catching on, like, the vents in the roof or something, I guess. It's fine, though. It's fine. Whew. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's a secret. Okay. Right. Let's nail her. Wait, do we get punished if we press on stuff?
Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor.
You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls?
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me.
That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewellery trade and are quite wealthy, you'll see. Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow? I heard the diamond is valued in the neighbourhood of around $2 million. $2 million, eh?
It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk.
A $2 million pint of milk? I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual.
By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think you wanted to make the exchange up there on the mountain? If you ever got surrounded, it'd be hard to escape.
There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety.
What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Falls is!
Yeah, right, it was all your plan.
Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and...
That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage.
Yes, but actually that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew who's going to use it. I knew who's going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me.
I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment.
Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me.
Why would he kill his insurance policy? Yeah.
I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls attempted to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
Bloodthirsty grin? Ooh.
And in the next instant...
I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift.
I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I'd been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run, then just one little shove from behind. That was it.
How can she have been shoved from behind?
Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river.
And that's why you hid your identity?
Yes, I told my sister.
You've returned to everyone's favourite villainess. Yes, welcome back, Hades. Valerie Hawthorne, eh?
Yes, she's the only one who knew about me.
Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years.
I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again.
And that new identity is Melissa Foster, right?
Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of.
That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible.
She was the only person left in the hood I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could.
It's the moment of truth for this witness, too. Once the truth about this stage of kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is.
I've just got to prove the kidnapping's a hoax.
So we need to prove the kidnapping's a hoax. Okay. Straightforward objective. You struggled on this part as well? A bit smug. Okay. What are we thinking, chat? He's shoved her off the bridge from behind. I don't see how he can have done that. Because he would have had to push it to shove her from behind. He would have had to not be next to her. And if they're like here, if he's shoved her sideways, she's fallen that way into the river. Oh, she's fallen into the river around here, right? How's he pushed her from behind? This case explains more than a few things about 3-1, yeah. It does, doesn't it? I have the right conclusion, but not the right reasoning. I have the right conclusion, but not the right reasoning. So the conclusion I've made is that he can't have shoved her from behind. My conclusion was he can't have pushed her from behind because he's next to her, right? So the reasoning was because he's next to her. The only other thing I can think of is that the positions are reversed and that Valerie is here and that Terry and Dahlia are here. But that wouldn't quite make sense. We know that she's jumped in the river as well. It's Edgeworth. Any pointers, chat? I'm all ears. It's always edgy. Yep. Yeah, I'm struggling here, chat. The positions are correct. Dahlia and Terry are on the right, Valerie is on the left. So unless Valerie tried to shoot Terry... No, sorry. Valerie tried to shoot Dahlia. Terry has taken the shot for her, and then Dahlia has jumped. Did Valerie try and kill her sister? Am I overcooking this? Am I overcooking this? Has this been in the oven too long? A bit, okay. When in doubt, use the attorney's badge. Oh, that was a comment from a while ago, and I'm reading it twice. I mean, still, sage advice, nonetheless. Sage advice, nonetheless. I'm overcooking this a bit. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. So the conclusion is that he's not behind. I think he's in front of her. I think he's in front of her. But remember, we're talking about the kidnapping, not the murder of Valerie. Yeah, I know. I am talking about the kidnapping as well. I'm talking about the kidnapping. I'm only talking about the kidnapping right now because I'm trying to work out. You've said that my conclusion is right. My conclusion was Terry did not push Dahlia. Because he can't have pushed her from... My conclusion was he can't have pushed her from behind because he was next to her. The right arm has something to do with it. So, the kidnapping, the way I'm saying it is Valerie is here, Terry is about here, Dahlia is like here, so they're next to each other. Now, what I thought was that Valerie has shot towards Dahlia, Terry has taken the bullet, and then Dahlia has fallen or been pushed or been knocked off and fallen into the river. So Terry's then taken the rap for her being murdered. But beyond that, I can't come to any other conclusion right now. Like, if my logic was right the first time, that's the only conclusion I can come to. But I don't know how we can get to that with what we've got in our... I don't know what we can get... The bridge is unchanged for 5 years. You can't come to a conclusion, but I still know what to present. I don't know what to present, that's the problem! What do you mean I know what to present? I don't! I don't know what to present. Am I just going to have to random bullshit go again? Because I can't cook this. This is carbonara. What piece of evidence do we keep coming back to demonstrate that Terry couldn't have pushed her? Well, I've been looking at the... What piece of evidence do we have? The only one I've got is the map, but I don't think the map is conclusive because it's unchanged from 5 years ago. But if they're in the middle of the bridge and if he's not... we don't have any evidence to demonstrate he can't have pushed her. That's the problem. We can prove that he didn't push her from behind because he's next to her. Well, no, we can't even prove that because we don't have any evidence for it. We don't have... I keep coming back to this for conjecture, but I can't get any proof out of it. That's the problem. Yeah, this is... I'm just going to random bullshit go. Because... How is it the map? I don't mind that I've gotten this right, but the fact it took 10 minutes of sitting here, racking my brain over this. I missed the exact same... What did you miss? What did you miss? Go on then, tell me. If it's... Because pushed back is a very inaccurate statement. The only thing I can think of is there's slats in front there. Is it the slats that are the problem? Is it the actual slats of the bridge itself that's the problem? Is that the problem? My head hurts. It's not the ones I'm pointing. But hang on. If they'd been pushed that way, they would have fallen onto the cliff and literally been, like, mauled by the rocks. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you've claimed... Instead of being carried away by the river... You would have been smashed by the bedrock below. But she's... What? 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 I'm sorry, but what? She says, hang on. No, but if you get pushed from behind, it means someone pushes your back. To be pushed from behind means that someone pushes your back. It would mean that Terry has to be behind her. Push from behind does not mean you fall backwards. Push from behind doesn't mean you fall backwards. This entire case just took a massive plummet in my... Like, we're getting to the point where if this is just a translation issue, this is such a critical translation issue that I'm actually quite annoyed about it. You'd never have guessed. You'd never have guessed, chat, would you? No, not one bit.
A most certain death.
Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The thing is, translation issues like that are critical because if you get pushed from behind, someone pushes your back. Right? It's very simple. Imagine the following. You're not a native English speaker, double translation issue. Oh, yeah, that's kind of harsh, actually. The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. The translation quality of the game has taken a visible plummet, yeah. Your Honour, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level would have made a difference. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witnesses testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this, eh?
Oh, you see,
Just a moment, Your Honour. It's true that the witness testified the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated she fell from the back end of the bridge. No, because she said she got pushed from behind.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river, eh? Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct, eh?
Now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious. Order in the court. It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Is it the fact that the side wires are intact? You put forth the argument that if she was pushed, she wouldn't have been able to take the dive correctly and would have died. Yeah. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
Bridge unchanged for 5 years? Yeah, the side wires are intact. Side wires are intact.
Your Honour, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
Let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm.
Ah!
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had a gun trained on him at point-blank range.
Well, that's not point-blank range, but okay. Ooh.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That's clearly impossible.
Ah! Order! Order! What is the meaning of this, eh?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What? What is this? Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Save. Oh, then what was it? What was so important she wanted to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything.
This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. Is this the diamond now? Is this the diamond now? Is this the point I play the diamond? I feel like it is. Tell me, chat, have I overcooked it again? Because she's jumped into the river to get away with the diamond. It's just right. It's diamond time. The Hololive fan inside me read that as it's iris time. Oh no.
5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her. The $2 million diamond.
Oof.
No, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping.
Excuse me.
At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Uh-oh. Why, that's simply ridiculous. Order. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her.
The diamond would have made it impossible for her to swim. Maybe. It depends on how strong a swimmer you are, I think.
Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping as well?
Objection!
But she was a detective then.
You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told us what she was planning to do.
Planning to do it?
She was going to tell the whole truth, and she wrote it in a note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that's why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
Uh-oh. Who is that? Laughing at a time like this, eh? Uh-oh.
Forgive me, it's just hilarious.
Witness? Is that you, eh?
You amuse me, woman, Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that.
Well, Miss Fey.
I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something?
Valerie got killed for trying to come clean. Yeah, exactly.
Ugh. How can I prove fake kidnapping happened 5 years ago?
By safe scanning?
I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Well, it seems that we've come to the end, eh?
To be honest, the witness's behaviour does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defence.
Safe scumming is like time travelling. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, like, checkpoints in games are time travel. You know, your character dies and they time travel back to when they were alive.
Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl's made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. Without evidence the trial is over? Who decided that? Mr. Armando. Come on now, kid. Haven't you figured out you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Delia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fall's stolen car, then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yeah, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There is only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes?
It's Terry.
Your Honour, the defence wishes to call a new witness.
Isn't testimony a type of evidence? Yes, it is. Yeah, testimony, especially if it's given as a sworn affidavit, is evidence. So yeah, you're exactly right with that, Zaxan. Exactly right with that.
A new witness, eh? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant. There's only one person who can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person who knows what Dahlia's role was in the kidnapping. Only one person who can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia, disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls.
The thing is, Terry didn't fall. Terry didn't fall.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what's your take on this, eh? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well, eh? Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand, eh?
Terry False.
What? You wouldn't pronounce that name as false? What?
F-A-W would be pronounced four. Yeah, as in four. And then Uls. Terry took the fall, so to speak. Yeah. It's... You wouldn't pronounce it as false. You know, false and falls are pronounced completely differently. Is this another translation problem we just identified?
My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
He's also falsely accused. He is falsely accused, but, you know, like, his name is not reflective of that word. That's the problem.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's about to be said up to this point, yes?
I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive.
Falls because he's the fall guy. That's kind of where I was looking at it from, yeah. English sounding the same to you. What, kind of like how, and, kind of, they sound the same for, you know, French words. Am I about right with that? Yes, I pronounce it as and I stand by that.
And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true.
Mr. Falsey, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you beat, eh?
You're not even going to comment on it, just try to order a we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure that if I ordered they'd know what I wanted.
Was it Valerie Hawthorne? Or was it Dahlia Hawthorne, eh?
Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago she promised never, ever betray each other.
Terry!
Dahlia! It's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. What's... Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. Please, water. Can't talk. Need water. Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. Whoa. Okay. Who Terry Falls? So basically, this is the final testimony then. Okay. Roll the dice, chat. Roll the dice. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
Objection!
That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence. There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten, I think.
Okay.
According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you?
It was raining. Already dark, too.
You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes. Mr. Falls?
Eagle Mountain. That spot. Strong memories.
Why did he just climb up? Could it be he's hiding something here? You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct?
Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it.
I'm sure he is. Everybody waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of the eye. You were watching the car.
That bridge, other side is broken. No one can come from there. So, I was watching car.
What else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting that feeling. A contradiction?
I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway.
No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it.
And no way, nobody came. No car, nothing. I think this is the problem. One woman came, she stood in front of me. If she's come from, she can't have, he's come to her. She's already been on the bridge. I think we play this here.
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge, you're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Huh? Oh, what?
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did.
He's acting kind of weird.
Mr. Falls? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
Why is he acting so weird? I got there around 4 o'clock, it's true. I had somewhere to go, a special place. Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge, eh? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Delia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under base of tree there. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh dear. I think I see what's about to happen. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I want to get. This little bottle and a necklace is your memento, eh? It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock.
Why is he coughing?
But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
No!
Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Falls?
What the dick? That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this.
No, we're so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls.
Mr. Armando, thanks for the coffee. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? So hang on a minute. If Armando is Godot, and Armando is the lawyer who was poisoned by Dahlia for knowing about, like, this case and questioning her about this case, I suppose. And then she's the one who's responsible for him being as he is now, right? The fuck, man? Unforgivable, that witch.
Mr. Armando,
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten.
it's my fault. It's my fault Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're gonna make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando.
She's got the body count, but not the correct kind of body count. Yeah. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. Holy shit. 1 year later in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Damn. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. Hang on. Is that a light or is that a blood bag? It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. It looks like he's in a hospital bed. Why is Phoenix in a hospital bed? Am I overcooking again? Could be an IV. I'm not overcooking. Oh, what the fuck. Well, here we are. We're at the end. I'll find out next week or the week after. Alright, let's pull over here then, guys. Alright, yeah, so we're going to wrap things up. I need to go and see wife because she should be home by now, I think. So I want to go spend a little bit of time with her tonight. And tomorrow is EBF5 night, so we'll be playing EBF5 6 PM UK time. There's a yellow weather warning for wind all day, so depending on how bad the wind is, like the thing is, it's coming directly from the west, and my stream room is a west-facing room, so I might be hiding from the weather downstairs and not stream in the afternoon. I'll see what happens. You know, if I'm going to stream anything in the afternoon, I'll probably throw Terraria on again because it was a laugh earlier. But yeah, I had fun with that case, despite the fact that there were some really glaring issues, but it kind of pulled it back in other ways. So, you know, I think there's certain things Capcom could certainly do to improve things. Really, the main thing they need to do to make this trilogy way better is just put a log into it. Just patch it to add a log into the system so that you can go back and see what people have said previously, or even if it's just key snippets. And if Apollo Justice has got that, then I think they learned from the mistake, but it's just kind of weird that they didn't put it into the remaster. But yeah, my stream schedule for Christmas week is going to depend on wife's work more than anything, if she's still working. We're still waiting to find out if she's got a permanent job at the minute. So I'm not streaming Christmas Day. Boxing Day, well, probably not. After that, it'll probably just be a normal week for me, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or something like that. Maybe Sunday. See how we go. Depends on band stuff as well, because we've got a pretty big show that's coming up in, I think it's February. So, see how we go there. But in the meantime, thanks everyone for hanging out with me tonight. It's been sweet. The temptation to raid random is always huge. But the thing is, like, I don't want to disturb him because he's rating people's pets and deciding what D&D class they are. No, I'm not. No, fuck you. I'm not doing it. No. Jesus. No. The thing is, I can't. You have no idea how anxiety-inducing the idea of that is. All right, you have no idea how anxiety-inducing just the thought of it is. So I'm just going to go. So to everyone who's hung out tonight, thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. I hope to see you for EBF5 tomorrow night. Friday, we might play something in the daytime. I don't think I can sort my haircut out, so I'll probably stream like Terraria again or something. I don't know. See how we go on that. But yeah, other than that, next big stream plan is Saturday, which is Skies of Arcadia. Do I have anything planned for Sunday? Let me check my schedule very quickly. Oh no, Sunday's my wife's birthday. I'm not streaming. No, I'm not streaming on my wife's birthday. Jesus, what the fuck, man. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys very soon. Take lots of care in the meantime, and thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you very soon. Till then.